What if I told you that the breakfast you've been eating for years, the one you thought was simple and harmless, is secretly making your legs weaker day by day? Today we are putting breakfast on trial. We are going to expose the 3 most common breakfast habits that are silently destroying your leg muscles, and then we will reveal the 5 powerful breakfast foods that can help you rebuild them. Welcome back to Healthier Daily, the channel where we give you the simple science-backed truths to live a stronger and more independent life after 60. I'm your host, Dr. Ben Carter. And to be our lead prosecutor in this important trial of breakfast, we are joined by a physician who has spent over a century studying the profound impact of our very first meal of the day. It is our great honor to welcome Dr. Sugary Hinohara.
Thank you, Ben. This is a very important trial indeed. The first meal of the day sets the metabolic tone for the next 24 hours. For an older person, this first meal is a critical choice. It is a choice between a day of continued muscle breakdown or a day that begins with muscle building and repair. There is very little middle ground.
And that is exactly how we have structured this guide for you today. In the first half of this video, we will put the 3 leg-weakening breakfasts on trial. Dr. Hinohara will identify the culprits, and I will explain the science of exactly how they cause harm. Then in the second half, he will introduce the 5 leg-strengthening saviors that can take their place on your breakfast table. It is a blessing to have the knowledge to make this first most important choice of the day a wise one. If you are ready to learn the truth about your breakfast and discover how to rebuild your leg strength, please type the number 1 in the comments below. And be sure to subscribe to our channel. It's completely free, and this information could truly change your future. Okay, doctor, the trial begins. Let's call the first defendants to the stand. What is the first and most common leg-weakening breakfast habit that you see in your older patients?
The first and most common mistake is not necessarily an evil food, but it is a great and tragic missed opportunity. The first defendant is the toast and coffee breakfast. Many people in America start their day with just a simple piece of white toast, perhaps with some butter or jam and a warm cup of coffee. They feel they have eaten something to start their day, but for their muscles, they have eaten almost nothing of value.
And this is where the science of the aging body is so very clear. As we explained in part 1, after you have been sleeping for 8 hours, you wake up in a catabolic or a muscle breakdown state. Your body is starving for high-quality protein to stop this breakdown process. A breakfast of plain toast and coffee provides carbohydrates for some quick energy, but it has almost zero high-quality protein. It provides none of that critical amino acid leucine that acts as the spark plug to turn on your muscle-building engine, the mTOR pathway. So with this breakfast, you have stopped the feeling of fasting, but you have not stopped the process of muscle breakdown. You have simply missed your most important opportunity of the entire day to begin rebuilding your strength.
So the first mistake is a missed opportunity. The second mistake we will put on trial is one that actively causes harm to the body. It is the sugary cereal breakfast. Many of the popular breakfast cereals, even the ones that are marketed to adults as healthy or containing whole grains, are loaded with hidden sugar.
And that morning load of sugar is a direct enemy of your muscles. When you eat a large amount of sugar first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, it causes a massive and rapid spike in your blood sugar. Your body then responds by releasing a huge flood of the hormone insulin to try and manage this sudden sugar overload. This is then followed by a crash a few hours later, which is what leaves you feeling tired, foggy, and hungry for more sugar. But the deeper damage to your muscles comes from inflammation. These huge daily swings in blood sugar and insulin are very inflammatory to your entire body. This inflammatory state actually accelerates the muscle breakdown process. So with a sugary cereal, not only are you not providing the protein your muscles need to build, you are creating an internal environment that is actively helping to destroy them.
So we have a missed opportunity, and we have an act of harm. Our third and final mistake is the worst of all. It is the mistake of skipping breakfast entirely. I had a patient, a retired man in his early 70s. He was a very intelligent man, and he had read online that skipping breakfast was a good way to manage his weight. So every single morning, he would just have a few cups of black coffee, and he would not eat his first real meal until lunchtime. But he came to see me because he felt he was getting weaker and weaker. He was losing his balance, and he was suffering from terrible, painful leg cramps at night. He was unintentionally destroying his own leg muscles. We explained to him that his weight management plan was actually forcing his body to eat its own muscle tissue for 16 hours every single day from dinner the night before until lunch the next day. We had him start a simple protein-rich breakfast. After just 1 month of this new habit, he told me the nightly leg cramps were completely gone and he could feel the strength returning to his legs.
That story is so important because it highlights a very dangerous misunderstanding. While some forms of intermittent fasting can be healthy for some people, for a senior who is trying to fight muscle loss, skipping breakfast is often the worst possible choice. As you said, doctor, it takes that 8-hour overnight catabolic state and it extends it for another 4 or 5 hours. This is a very long period where your body has no other choice but to continue breaking down your precious leg muscles for fuel. You are literally sacrificing your strength and your independence just to get through the morning. It's a reminder of the importance of the simple blessed gift of a morning meal, a ritual that was designed to break the fast and to nourish the body for the day ahead.
So, we have now seen the 3 common breakfast mistakes that can silently weaken our legs over time. Now let us bring in the heroes of our story. It is time to introduce the 5 leg strengthening saviors that can take their place on your breakfast table.
Okay, doctor, this is the hopeful part of our show. What is the first and most powerful savior that should replace that weak nutrient, poor toast and coffee breakfast?
The most powerful and direct solution is our first savior. It is perhaps the most perfect muscle-building food in all of nature, the whole egg. I must tell you a story about a patient of mine, a 72-year-old woman. She was a dedicated walker, but she felt her legs were getting weaker each year. She was eating a breakfast of plain oatmeal every morning, which she thought was a very healthy choice. When I asked her why she did not eat eggs, she gave me an answer I have heard 1,000 times from people in her generation. She said, "Oh no, doctor. My physician told me 30 years ago that I should avoid the yolks because of my cholesterol." This old, outdated fear was literally starving her muscles of the very nutrients they needed to be strong. I gently explained the modern science to her, and she agreed to try a simple change. I asked her to eat just 2 whole boiled eggs for her breakfast. After 2 months of this new habit, she told me she could feel a new power in her legs when she walked up the hills in her neighborhood. That old fear was the only thing standing between her and her strength.
That is such a common and important story. The fear of egg yolks has done so much harm to our senior population. Let's be very clear, for muscle health, the yolk is where the magic is. As we've discussed before in Healthier Daily, the yolk is packed with leucine, that spark plug amino acid that turns on your body's muscle-building engine. It contains vitamin D for muscle function, and it contains vitamin B12 and choline for healthy nerve communication between your brain and your legs. The famous study from the University of Illinois is very clear. Eating whole eggs is dramatically more effective for building muscle in seniors than eating just the egg whites. Having 2 whole eggs in the morning is the perfect way to stop that muscle breakdown process in its tracks. Now, what is the savior that should replace that harmful sugary cereal breakfast, doctor?
The perfect and most logical replacement for a bowl of sugary cereal is a warm, comforting bowl of oatmeal. But it must be upgraded with 1 tablespoon of chia seeds.
This is such a smart combination. The oatmeal itself contains a special type of soluble fiber called beta-glucan. This fiber forms a gel in your stomach, which gives you slow, sustained energy and keeps your blood sugar perfectly stable. This completely avoids the dangerous spike and crash that you get from a box of sugary cereal. And the chia seeds are a true superfood upgrade. They add extra plant-based protein, a huge dose of additional fiber to keep you feeling full and satisfied, and most importantly, they add powerful anti-inflammatory omega-3 fatty acids. This simple combination turns your humble bowl of oatmeal from a simple carbohydrate meal into a true muscle-supporting and inflammation-fighting powerhouse.
And it is very important that you choose the right kind of oatmeal. You must avoid the instant oatmeal packets from the store that have all the added sugar and artificial flavors. You should choose the simple, old-fashioned rolled oats or steel-cut oats.
That is a fantastic upgrade. What about our third savior, doctor? It is a very common fruit that people are often a bit afraid of.
Yes, our third savior is the banana. But it must be used wisely. A banana is not a complete meal by itself. It is a wonderful addition to your other healthy breakfasts. You can add a few slices of banana to your oatmeal with chia seeds, or you can have it alongside a bowl of Greek yogurt, which we will talk about in our next section. The banana provides that wonderful potassium that helps to prevent leg cramps. And by pairing it with the protein and the fiber from these other foods, you get all of the wonderful benefits of the banana without the risk of a dangerous blood sugar spike.
This is so practical, doctor. These are foods that everyone knows and can find easily at any grocery store. We love sharing these simple solutions with our community all over the world. To help us see our global community, please let us know what city, state, or country you are watching from. It is a true blessing to connect with all of you. So we have whole eggs as the ultimate protein source, oatmeal with chia as the perfect replacement for sugary cereal and bananas eaten the smart way. Doctor, what is the fourth leg-strengthening savior on your list?
Our fourth savior is another wonderful powerhouse from the dairy aisle. It is plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt. Like the whole egg, it is a true muscle-supporting superfood for a senior's breakfast.
It really is. From a scientific perspective, Greek yogurt is fascinating because it gives you the best of both worlds when it comes to protein. As we've discussed on Healthier Daily, it is naturally rich in both the fast-digesting whey protein, which gives your muscles an immediate supply of amino acids to quickly stop that morning muscle breakdown process, and it also contains the slow-digesting casein protein, which provides a steady, sustained release of nutrients to your muscles for several hours afterward. It is a very complete protein package to start your day, and we cannot forget the benefit of the probiotics. As we know, a healthy gut allows you to better absorb all the wonderful nutrients from the food you eat, including the very minerals like magnesium and potassium that are so important for preventing leg cramps. The live and active cultures in a good quality Greek yogurt are a wonderful support for your entire digestive system.
And as we have said before, it is absolutely critical that you choose the plain, unsweetened version to avoid the inflammatory sugar that is hidden in all the flavored yogurts. You can then add your own healthy and delicious toppings, like the fresh berries and chia seeds we have already mentioned, or even a few slices of banana. This creates a very complete and very powerful muscle-building breakfast.
That's a fantastic and very versatile option. Now for your fifth and final savior, doctor. I know this one is very non-traditional for an American breakfast, but you call it a hidden gem.
Yes, our fifth and final savior is a very humble, very traditional, and very powerful meal. It is simply 1/2 of a steamed sweet potato with a tiny sprinkle of a natural mineral salt, like a Celtic sea salt or a Himalayan pink salt.
This is so interesting, doctor. Let's break down the science for our viewers. Why is this specific and simple combination so effective for our leg muscles in the morning?
The sweet potato itself provides a wonderful, slow-releasing complex carbohydrate. This is very important for replenishing your muscle glycogen, which is the stored energy inside your muscles that gets used up overnight while you are fasting. This long-lasting fuel is what helps to prevent that heavy, fatigued feeling that so many people feel in their legs in the morning. But the key to this combination is the mineral salt.
And that's because a true unprocessed mineral salt is not just sodium. As the source material points out, it contains over 80 different trace minerals, including the crucial electrolytes, potassium and magnesium, that your muscles and your nerves are absolutely desperate for in the morning to function correctly and to prevent cramps. The study you shared from the French Institute of Mineral Nutrition is just profound. It found that a high-fiber breakfast like this, rich in potassium and magnesium, led to a 41% improvement in balance and a nearly 50% reduction in falls in seniors. That is a truly powerful result from a very humble meal.
And it is very easy to prepare. You can steam a few sweet potatoes at the beginning of the week and keep them in your refrigerator. In the morning, you simply warm half of one, add that tiny pinch of good quality mineral salt, and enjoy it. It is a very grounding, warming, and nourishing way to start your day.
It's a beautiful example of how the simplest, most humble foods from the earth, the ones that we have been blessed with, can often be the most powerful and effective medicine for our bodies. Doctor, this has been an incredible and eye-opening guide. The choice is now very clear for our viewers. You can choose a common breakfast that unfortunately contributes to muscle loss, or you can choose one of these 5 saviors that will help you rebuild your leg strength. By avoiding the empty carbohydrates and the hidden sugars, and instead focusing on high-quality protein and essential nutrients, we can actively fight back against sarcopenia. This isn't just about feeling better in the morning. It's a direct daily strategy to combat sarcopenia and to maintain the leg strength that you need for your freedom and your independence. For anyone watching who is worried about their mobility, this guide shows that preventing sarcopenia truly starts with your very first meal of the day. This entire protocol is designed to help you build and maintain your leg strength for a long, active, and beautiful life.
I want to leave everyone watching with this one final thought. Your first meal of the day is the most important message you will send to your body for the next 24 hours. Make it a message of strength, not a message of breakdown. The choice you make tomorrow morning at your breakfast table is a powerful choice for your future.
That is the perfect message to end on, Doctor. A message of strength. It's about starting our day with a conscious, intentional act of good stewardship for the incredible health that we have been blessed with. And of course, the wisest first step is always to speak with your personal doctor or a registered dietitian to create a breakfast plan that is right for your specific health needs, especially if you have any pre-existing conditions like diabetes or kidney disease. Please remember that our conversation today is for educational purposes. If you found this guide empowering and are excited to try some of these ideas, please give this video a like so that others can find this vital information. And be sure to share it with a friend or family member who you want to help stay strong and steady on their feet. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. It is completely free and it ensures you will not miss our next practical health guide. And for our community discussion today, we would love to know, what is one leg weakening breakfast habit you will try to replace this week with one of our saviors? Please share your commitment in the comments below. Thank you for being with us. Be well and walk strong.